My name is Claire. I loved him, but he was my best friend's husband. This is the secret I carried for a long time. It was a heavy weight in my heart. I fell in love with the wrong man. My best friend trusted me, but I broke everything inside my own heart. I want to tell you my story. Maybe you have a secret too. Maybe you love someone you cannot have. It is a very hard feeling. It hurts. It makes you feel alone. I live in a small town. It is a quiet place. Everyone knows everyone. I work in a flower shop. I like flowers. They are beautiful. They smell good. They make people happy. But for a long time, I was not happy. I smiled at customers. I made beautiful bouquets. But inside, I was sad. I have a best friend. Her name is Sarah. Sarah is like my sister. We are not related by blood, but we are related by heart. We grew up together. We went to the same school. We played in the same park. We shared our lunch. We shared our toys. We shared our dreams. Sarah is a good person. She has a big heart. She is kind to everyone. She never thinks bad things about people. She trusts everyone, especially me. She trusted me with her life. When we were 25, Sarah met Mark. Mark was new in town. He was handsome. He was tall. He had kind eyes. He had a warm smile. Sarah told me about him first. "Claire," she said, "I met a man. He is wonderful." I was happy for her. I wanted Sarah to be happy. "Tell me about him," I said. She talked about him for hours. She told me he was funny. She told me he was smart. She told me he worked at the bank. A week later, I met him. We went to a cafe. Sarah introduced us. "Claire, this is Mark," she said. "Mark, this is Claire. She is my best friend." Mark shook my hand. His hand was warm. He smiled at me. "Nice to meet you, Claire," he said. "Sarah talks about you all the time." I smiled back. "Nice to meet you too, Mark." I did not love him then. I just thought he was nice. He was a good man for Sarah. They were a good couple. They looked happy together. Time passed. Sarah and Mark fell in love. I was there with them. I was always there. We were a trio, Sarah, Mark, and Claire. We went to the movies. We went to dinner. We went on walks. I was the third wheel. Do you know this phrase? It means I was the extra person. But they never made me feel extra. They included me in everything. "Come with us, Claire," Mark would say. "Yes, please come," Sarah would say. So I went. I liked being with them. I was single. I did not have a boyfriend. I was lonely sometimes. Being with them was fun. It filled my time. 2 years later, they got married. It was a beautiful wedding. It was in a garden. There were flowers everywhere. I made the flowers. I put white roses on the tables. I made Sarah's bouquet. I stood next to Sarah. I was her maid of honor. She looked like a princess. She wore a white dress. She was glowing. Mark stood at the altar. He looked handsome in his suit. He looked at Sarah with so much love. I cried. I was happy for them. I really was. "I promise to love you forever," Mark said to Sarah. "I promise to love you forever," Sarah said to Mark. Everyone clapped. I clapped too. I felt lucky to know them. But then things changed, slowly, very slowly. After the wedding, they bought a house. It was a nice house near the park. It was old. It needed work. They asked me to help them paint the walls. "We need your help, Claire," Sarah said. "You are good at colors." I went to their house every weekend. We painted the living room yellow. We painted the kitchen blue. We listened to music, we ordered pizza. One Saturday, Sarah was sick. She had a bad cold. She stayed in bed. "You guys continue," she told us. "I need to sleep." So, it was just Mark and me. We were painting the hallway. It was quiet. "Thank you for helping us, Claire," Mark said. "It is no problem," I said. "I like painting." He looked at me. He had paint on his nose. It was funny. "You have paint on your nose," I said. I laughed. He wiped his nose. "Is it gone?" "No," I said. "Here." I reached out. I wiped the paint off his nose with my thumb. My hand touched his face. His skin was warm. He looked into my eyes. For 1 second, the room was very quiet. My heart skipped a beat. "Thank you," he said softly. I pulled my hand away quickly. "You are welcome." I felt strange. My face felt hot. I went to the kitchen to get water. My hands were shaking. Why am I shaking? I asked myself. He is my best friend's husband, I told myself. It was nothing. It was just a moment. I forgot about it. But I did not forget. The next week, I went to their house for dinner. Sarah cooked chicken. It was delicious. We sat at the table. We talked and laughed. I looked at Mark. He was telling a story. He was laughing. I looked at his eyes. I looked at his mouth. Suddenly, I felt a pain in my chest. I realized something terrible. I liked looking at him. I liked his voice. I liked his laugh. No, I thought. Stop it, Claire. Stop it right now. I looked at Sarah. She was smiling at Mark. She loved him so much. She was my best friend. I felt sick. I felt guilty. "Are you okay, Claire?" Sarah asked. "You are quiet." "I am fine," I lied. "Just tired from work." "You work too hard," Mark said. He looked at me with concern. "You should rest." His voice was so kind. It made my heart melt. That was the problem. He was too kind. Months passed. My feelings did not go away. They grew stronger, like a weed in a garden. You try to pull it out, but it grows back. I started to dress up when I went to see them. I put on nice clothes. I put on makeup. I wanted Mark to look at me. Why am I doing this? I thought. This is wrong. But I could not stop. I wanted his attention. One day, my car broke down. It was raining. It was late at night. I was stuck on the side of the road. I was scared. I called Sarah. She did not answer. I called Mark. "Hello?" He answered. "Mark, it's Claire. My car stopped. I am stuck." "Where are you?" he asked immediately. "I am coming." He came in 20 minutes. He got out of his car. He ran to me in the rain. He was wet. "Are you hurt?" he asked. "No, just scared," I said. He checked my car. "The battery is dead," he said. "Come, I will drive you home." I sat in his car. It was warm. It smelled like him. He turned on the heater. "You are shivering," he said. He took off his jacket. He put it around my shoulders. "Wear this," he said. The jacket was big. It was warm. It smelled like his cologne. I pulled it tight around me. I felt safe. I felt happy. "Thank you, Mark," I whispered. "I am always here for you, Claire," he said. "You know that." He looked at me. The rain was hitting the windows. It was dark, just the two of us. I wanted to tell him. The words were in my throat. "I think I love you," I wanted to say. but I bit my tongue. I looked away. "I know," I said. "You are a good friend." He drove me home. He walked me to my door. "Good night, Claire," he said. "Good night, Mark." He waited until I went inside. Then he drove away. I stood in my living room. I still had his jacket. I hugged the jacket. I cried. I cried for a long time. I was in love with Mark, and he was married to Sarah. I was a bad friend. I was a terrible person. The next day, I gave the jacket back to Sarah. "Mark lent me his jacket last night. My car broke down. He told me," I said. Sarah said, "He is such a good guy, right?" She smiled. She was so happy. She did not know. She did not suspect anything. "Yes," I said. "He is a good guy." I tried to stay away. I made excuses. "I cannot come to dinner," I said. "I have a headache." "I cannot watch the movie," I said. "I have to work." I stayed home. I sat alone in my apartment. I watched TV, but I was miserable. I missed them. I missed him. Sarah called me. "Claire, are you okay?" she asked. "We miss you. Mark misses you." "Mark misses me?" I asked. My heart jumped. "Yes, he asks about you every day," Sarah said. "Please come over on Friday. We are making tacos." I could not say no. I was weak. "Okay," I said. "I will come." Friday came. I went to their house. It was a mistake. We ate tacos, we drank soda, we played a board game. We were laughing. Mark made a joke. I laughed so hard I fell sideways on the sofa. I bumped into Mark. He caught me. His arm went around my waist. He held me to stop me from falling. We froze. Our faces were very close. I looked at his lips. I wanted to kiss him. I wanted it so much. For a second, I thought he wanted it too. His eyes were dark. He did not move away. "Hey, who wants ice cream?" Sarah called from the kitchen. We jumped apart. My heart was beating like a drum. "I do," Mark said. His voice was loud. Too loud. Sarah walked in with bowls of ice cream. She smiled at us. "Here you go," she said. She sat down next to Mark. She kissed his cheek. He put his arm around her. I watched them. I felt a sharp pain in my stomach. That was his place. Next to her, not next to me. I realized then that I was dangerous. My feelings were dangerous. If I stayed, I would do something stupid. I would ruin their marriage. I would break Sarah's heart. I loved him, but I loved Sarah too. She was my best friend. She was my family. I could not hurt her. I went home that night. I could not sleep. I stared at the ceiling. What should I do? I asked the darkness. I knew the answer. The answer was hard, but it was the only way. I had to leave. I could not live in this town anymore. I could not see Mark every week. I could not pretend to be just a friend when my heart was burning. The next morning, I called my aunt. She lived in a city 3 hours away. "Aunt Judy," I said, "can I come stay with you? I need a change." "Of course, Claire," she said. "You are always welcome." I started to pack my bags. I put my clothes in boxes. I put my books in boxes. I cried while I packed. I was leaving my home. I was leaving my best friend. 2 days later, I went to tell Sarah. She was in her garden. She was watering the flowers. "Claire," she said, "what a surprise." "I have news," I said. "I am moving." Sarah dropped the hose. What? Moving where? To the city, I said. I want to try a new job. I need a change. Sarah looked shocked. Tears filled her eyes. But why? Is something wrong? Did we do something? No, I said quickly. No, you guys are perfect. You are the best friends in the world. I feel stuck here. I need to grow. It was a lie, but it was a kind lie. Sarah hugged me. She cried. I will miss you so much, she sobbed. I will miss you too, I said. I hugged her tight. I closed my eyes. When are you leaving? She asked. Tomorrow, I said. Tomorrow? So soon? You must say goodbye to Mark. My heart stopped. I will call him. No, he will be home in an hour. Wait for him. I could not wait. I could not see him again. If I saw him, I might stay. If I saw him, I might confess. I cannot wait, Sarah. I have so much to do. Please, tell him for me. Tell him. Tell him I said goodbye. Sarah looked confused, but she nodded. Okay, Claire, I will tell him. I walked away from their house. I did not look back. If I looked back, I would run back. I moved to the city. It was loud. It was busy. I did not like it at first. I felt very lonely. I got a job in a bakery. I made bread. I made cakes. I kept my hands busy. Sarah called me often. How are you? She asked. I am good, I said. We miss you, she said. Mark says hello. Every time she said his name, it hurt. But the pain got less slowly, day by day. I did not visit them for 6 months. I made excuses. I am working. I have no money. My car is broken. I needed time. I needed to kill the feelings in my heart. One evening, I was walking in the city. I saw a couple. They were holding hands. They looked like Sarah and Mark. I stopped and watched them. They were happy. I realized something important. Love is not just about feelings. Love is about choices. I loved Mark, yes, but I chose Sarah. I chose friendship. I chose to be a good person. If I tried to take Mark, I would lose everything. I did not feel the crazy fire I felt with Mark. I felt something else. I felt peace. I felt calm. David was kind to me. He listened to me. One day I took David to my hometown. I wanted him to meet Sarah. I was nervous. My hands were sweating. What if I see Mark? I thought. What if the feelings come back? We went to Sarah's house. Sarah opened the door. She screamed with joy. Claire! She hugged me. She hugged David. Then Mark came to the door. My heart beat fast, but it did not hurt. Hello, Claire, he said. He smiled. It was a friendly smile. Hello, Mark, I said. I looked at him. He was still handsome, but he looked different to me now. He looked like my friend's husband. Not my love, just my friend. I looked at Sarah. She was holding Mark's hand. She looked happy. I looked at David. He was holding my hand. He squeezed my fingers. I squeezed back. We had dinner. It was nice. We laughed, we talked about old times. I watched Mark and Sarah. I saw how they looked at each other. They were a team. They belonged together. And I realized I was happy for them. Truly happy. The jealousy was gone. The heavy secret was gone. I looked at David. He was talking to Mark about football. He looked at me and winked. I smiled. I learned a big lesson. Sometimes we want things we cannot have. Sometimes our hearts make mistakes. It is okay to have feelings. You cannot control your feelings, but you can control your actions. I could have tried to steal Mark. I could have told him I loved him, but what would happen? Pain, sadness, broken trust? By leaving, I saved my best friend, and I saved myself. Now I can look at Sarah and not feel guilty. I can look at Mark and just see a friend. Life is not always easy. Love is not always simple. But doing the right thing brings peace. I am Claire. I am happy now. I still love flowers, I still work hard, and I still have my best friend. That is the most important thing. Boys come and go. Crushes fade away. But a true friend is forever. If you are in a situation like mine, listen to me. If you love someone who belongs to another, stop. It hurts. I know it hurts. It feels like your heart is breaking. But you must be strong. You must step back. Do not break trust. Do not break a family. There is someone else out there for you. Someone who is free. Someone who can love you back fully. Wait for that person. It is worth it. I look at the photo on my wall. It is a photo of me and Sarah at her wedding. We are both laughing. I am glad I have that photo. I am glad I did not burn that bridge. My secret is not heavy anymore. It is just a memory. A memory of a time I was lost. And then I found my way back. This is my story. Thank you for listening. Remember, you are strong. You can do the right thing, and happiness will find you. Just wait. Let me tell you one more small thing. A memory from last week. It was Sarah's birthday. I went to visit her again. David could not come. He was working. So I drove alone. The drive was long. I listened to the radio. I thought about my life. I arrived at their house. It looked the same. The yellow living room, the blue kitchen, the colors I painted with Mark. Sarah was cooking. Mark was setting the table. They have a baby now, a little boy named Leo. Leo was on the floor playing with blocks. "Auntie Claire," Sarah said. I picked up the baby. He was heavy. He had Mark's eyes and Sarah's smile. "Hello, little man," I said. Mark walked by. He patted the baby's head. "He likes you," Mark said. "I like him too," I said. We sat down for cake. Sarah blew out the candles. "Make a wish," Mark said. Sarah closed her eyes. She smiled. Then she blew. "What did you wish for?" I asked. "I cannot tell," she said, "or it won't come true." Then she looked at me and Mark and the baby. "But I think I already have everything I want," she said. I looked at her face. It was full of peace, and I felt a warm feeling in my chest. I helped protect this happiness by walking away. I let this happiness grow. This baby, this home, this family. If I had stayed and caused trouble, maybe this moment would not exist. We ate the cake. It was chocolate, my favorite. Later, Mark walked me to my car. "Drive safely, Claire," he said. "I will," I said. You look happy, I said. He said with David. I am, I said. I am very happy. Good, he said. You deserve it. He gave me a quick hug, a brotherly hug. See you next time, he said. See you, I said. I drove home under the stars. The road was dark, but my mind was clear. I thought about the word love. We use one word for many things. I loved Mark. That was a fire. It was exciting, but it burned. I love David. That is a warm blanket. It is safe and comfortable. I love Sarah. That is a rock. It is strong and steady. All these are love. But the biggest love is loving yourself enough to do the right thing. I want you to know that it gets better. If you are crying tonight over a boy, if you are feeling guilty, if you are jealous, it will pass. The storm will pass. Focus on yourself. Focus on your friends. Focus on your dreams. I wanted to be a florist. Now I have my own shop. I wanted to travel. Last year, I went to Italy. I wanted to be happy, and I am. Do not let one mistake define you. Do not let one secret destroy you. You are the writer of your story. Make it a good story. Make it a story you are proud to tell, just like I am telling you now. I am Claire, and I am proud of my choice. The next morning after Sarah's birthday, I woke up early. The sun was shining through my window. I made coffee. I sat on my balcony. My phone buzzed. It was a text from Sarah. Thank you for coming. We love you. I typed back, I love you too. I put the phone down. I took a sip of coffee. It tasted bitter and sweet, like life. I watched the people on the street below. Everyone has a story. Everyone has a secret. We are all just trying our best. Be kind to yourself. You are doing great. Keep going. Your happy ending is coming. Believe me, one day you will look back and smile. You will see that the hard times made you strong. You will be grateful for the doors that closed because they led you to the right door. This is the end of my story, but it is the beginning of yours. Make good choices, be a good friend, and never give up on love. True love, the kind that is free and honest. Goodbye, my friends. Take care of your hearts.